one of you will leave the villa tonight?
So the person we decided to have leave the villa tonight, I chose myself.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Hashtag still in the game. Hashtag thruple up.
Oh, I really like this twist, though. I like this twist. I think it's a very good way to sort of get people to choose who they want. And for those indecisive people, you can lose, an ideal partner because you keep moving to the next person. And Anna is not happy. Anna is not happy at all. Oh my God, I think she's already praying for a bombshell. She can't wait. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 5, Episode 1. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, a comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. I'm not really going to discuss individually the Islanders. I think everybody's seen the Islanders and they sort of have an idea of who's come in. I think I'll start from the recoupling. So Sarah Hyland arrives and sort of mentions that they're going to play stick or twist, and so they have 5 hearts on the floor, and then the guys will stand on the heart, and then the girls will get to sort of pick the guy they want by standing beside him, which sort of made sense because I think in previous seasons people have complained that they didn't go for the person they wanted just because somebody else went for that person. And so the idea that you could all stand there and then move, and whoever's left behind, the guys would then decide if they had more than one partner who they wanted to recouple with, made sense to me. So first out is Leonardo. When Leonardo comes out, all the girls run to him. So you have Anna, Destiny, KK, Casey, and Jasmine. They all stand beside Leonardo, which I thought was, that's good. And then Marco came out, and Jasmine and Destiny moved over to sort of Marco because Jasmine said, she liked his teeth, and Destiny said she liked the eye contact. I liked Victor. He looks more like Aquaman. He looks like a stable, very emotionally intelligent young man. So I was surprised that none of the girls sort of moved over to him. That didn't make sense to me because I thought, because of his physical appearance, I know the girls said he looked like Jason Momoa, Aquaman. So I thought that alone would move the girls, but none of the girls moved forward for him. And I was really sad for him. But he took it very well. Then we had Kenan. Kenan, KK, you could tell, really liked him on side. I think she said she likes bad boys, and he really was happy when she moved over. KK is the only person that moved forward for Kenan. So they do make a cute couple. I hope they don't, eventually explode, but they look like a cute couple. So that's the first, I think, couple that we have, because that's where there's only 2 people. Everywhere else there's two girls standing. Leonardo has 2 girls left with him. He's got Anna and he's got Casey. Marco has Jasmine and Destiny. I forgot to say, Anna refused to move forward for Marco because she said they know each other from the gym and they've always had this friendship vibe, so she didn't think it would be appropriate to start looking for something romantic with him. And then last but not least was Bergie. He comes across as quite nerdy, quite, I don't know what word to use for him. He's very sweet though. He says his grandparents have been married for 50-something years, and he wants to sort of emulate that with his partner, and so he's looking for someone who's looking for a commitment and is hoping to find someone. And sadly, none of the girls stepped forward for him. None of the girls stepped forward. I think they just didn't like how he looked, and are sad that they didn't step forward. When asked KK that why didn't she step forward for Bergie, she said she was happy where she was because Kenan was her type, which makes sense. You can't force anything really, even if I think because she's already in a coupling with someone who's on his own, it's not a good idea to go to somebody else and then it doesn't work out and then you regret and have to come back. Whereas if you haven't initially coupled with someone, you can always sort of try and build something and say you wanted to make sure where you were, it didn't work before you moved forward. So that made sense. And then the guys then got the opportunity to choose. I was surprised that Casey didn't move to Victor because Victor is Hispanic, and she said she likes someone who speaks Spanish. So I was surprised she didn't move for Victor, although Leonardo also is Latina, so I don't know whether that's why she decided to stay with him. When given the choice to choose Leonardo between Casey and Anna, he chose Casey, and I saw that coming. I saw that coming. Somehow I had a feeling that if they were going to choose, the boys were going to choose who they wanted, Anna would eventually be with Bergie, and that's what happened. Because Casey was chosen by Leonardo. Marco chose Destiny because he said, that's the person he wanted, which meant that Victor and Bergie had to choose who they wanted of the two girls that were left. And because Victor came in first, he got to choose and he chose Jasmine. Jasmine said she was happy. She was going to move forward for him, but she was a bit hesitant. So that was good. And then Anna had to move over to Bergie, and you could tell she went to Bergie by default because there was nobody else for him to choose from, and she didn't seem that keen to go forward. I think she regretted her decision of not moving forward for the guys when the guys were coming in, and this is what happens when you're very indecisive, because you're left with whatever's left. You don't the power is taken away from you. She had the power to choose someone, and I think she should have been looking at Leonardo's sort of reaction, or who he appeared to be vibing more, or who he seemed to sort of be liking. I think as the guys came out, I personally think if Anna had noticed this, she should have moved forward for Victor if she wanted Victor, or maybe she didn't want any of the guys that were in front of her. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. So the islanders then get to sit and have a chat in their couplings, and you can tell it's really awkward between Anna and Bergie. I think Bergie is very sort of reserved because he's trying to feel him, the environment, and sort of try and sort of get him comfortable. And I think, I don't know, he's going to struggle. And Anna is, yeah, she said she tried to sort of empathize with the fact that he did seem uncomfortable, but I don't think she's really feeling him in a romantic sense, which is really sad. Um, Victor and Jasmine, I think Victor's growing on her. I think the problem is during their conversation, obviously, she did ask about Victor's ex, and he said that, he doesn't like people that go out a lot, and that's what Jasmine does. And she said she's not ready to give that up. So I don't know how they'll be able to get over that. K, KK and Keenan. I think if there's going to be a couple that's going to go to the hideaway first, it's going to be KK and Keenan. You can see the sexual attraction. You can see that they're very physically attracted to one another, and they really like each other, and they're so happy, and they're even talking about it and saying how they really liked each other on site, and how they feel they could have the potential of having a strong connection. So I hope that works for them. I really hope that works for them. Leonardo and Casey. I think Leonardo is on the fence. Leonardo's on the fence. I think he went for someone who he thought the audience might like for him. I don't know how it's going to play out, because it seems he also likes Anna, because Anna later pulled him for a chat, and he went and was saying that she is his type and he really liked her, but he was open to getting to know her. So I don't know how that'll play out. And then Marco and Destiny. Seriously, if I was going to be asked who is likely to kiss first, I would have said KK and Keenan. But Destiny and Marco got her in the mood, although she's 5 years older than him, and he was able to kiss her. And then he was, sort of telling the guys, and the guys were happy for him. Destiny told the girls that she had shared a kiss, and they were all happy. And so I think the couplings at the moment, they do make sense. They do make sense. But I think some of the girls, especially Anna, is not happy, because after drinks, Anna pulls Leonardo for a chat to sort of tell him that he's a type, and she is open to getting to know him. She does ask him, is he open to getting to know her? And he said yes. And it's like, it's a bit too early for you to be going this hard for someone who's already coupled up. I think Anna should have stepped back a bit, and she should have allowed Casey and Leonardo to try and sort of see if there's anything there before coming in to form a love triangle. That didn't make sense to me. And as soon as she did that, I felt sorry for Bergie, because he then sat there, because everybody else went in their couples, and then he just sat there, and you could tell he was a fish out of water. And it took Marco sort of coming up to him and sort of taking him aside and giving him a pep talk and telling him, you don't need to isolate yourself. You need to just try and be with someone and know that you are worth it. You're worth being here. So, do you. Don't do what anybody else is doing. Do you. Which I appreciate Marco for doing that. because not everyone is going to be comfortable off the jump. So I appreciate him quite a lot for doing that, because he was his brother's keeper, and that was sweet to see. So after his chat with Michael, Fergie goes and he grabs Anna for a chat. And he's really trying, he's really trying. In life, not everybody moves at the same pace. So it's understandable that he is a bit more reserved. Not everybody's outgoing. He tried to take on what Anna told him, because the islanders then gathered around the fire pit and they were sort of picking up phones and sort of reading a name, and then the person would go and kiss their person that they really liked in the villa. And when it was Bergie's turn, he then went and he kissed Anna. He took off his shirt because Anna said she wanted a guy who would take off his shirt and go wild. And he really tried his best. He really tried, and I have a soft spot for him. I really like him. And it was nice to see that all the couples kissed, the person they were partnered with. And then when it came to Anna's turn, she went and she kissed Jasmine. And it's like, seriously, why would you do that? I think she didn't want to create tension with Leonardo. So I think her goal would have been to kiss Leonardo, but because Leonardo's in a coupling with Casey and they seem to be good, she avoided the drama and sort of went for Jasmine. And then Sarah arrived. It's never good when Sarah arrives. So she then tells the islanders that they have to vote for who's the least compatible. And I saw it coming who was going to be voted anyway, because obviously Jasmine and Victor and Anna and Bergie were the least compatible couples. And so they all decided who they were voting for. And I think Marco couldn't vote for Bergie, especially given the fact that he had given him this pep talk and he had created this bond with him. It would have gone against what he was trying to sort of do for Bergie. So it makes sense that he decided not to vote for Bergie and voted for Jasmine and Victor. Everybody else, Leonardo and Casey voted for Anna and Bergie. Victor and Jasmine voted for Anna and Bergie. Kinnan and KK voted for Anna and Bergie. And then when it came to Anna and Bergie, I think Bergie is the one that said, there's no point, let's just vote for ourselves. We're the least compatible couple. So they voted for themselves, and then the twist came. It was savage. It was really savage, because how do you tell people that go amongst yourself and decide who goes home and who stays? And before they even left to go and decide, I knew Bergie was going to volunteer himself. I knew he was, because he comes across as a very sweet, emotionally intelligent, caring young man. So they sat down, and then he came and he said, I've volunteered to go home. And everybody's hearts broke, because he said, I couldn't lay in the bed knowing that I'd send someone home, so I'm happy to go home. And I think that's when Anna broke, because for her, she realized the sacrifice that had made for her. And I hope this teaches her something, if nothing else, that this is a great guy. He is loving, he is caring, he's compassionate, he's empathetic, he's emotionally intelligent. And everybody doesn't have to be physically attractive. They can have other good qualities that the attraction will grow with time. And then he had to say his goodbyes, and all the islanders were sad to see him. I was actually crying when he was doing his exit interview. And then he received a text message that he's getting a second chance. So I can't wait for the next episode. Oh my God. Bergie, although he's not in a couple, I would have said KK and Keenan were my favorite. Or, yeah, KK or Keenan. Or Marco and Destiny, I think. I think Victor and Jasmine have potential, but Bergie at the moment is at the top of my list. He is at the top of my list, and I hope he really finds his person in the villa. I think the villa will do wonders for him. I think it will open him up to a world and sort of give him the transformation that he's looking for in life. Not that he's going to come out as a bad guy, but I think it will give him the life experience that he will need, that will change him to be a better version of himself. Oh my God, I sound like I'm his rep now. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.